Hi, it's Tim Hagan from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode for the Coaching Conversations podcast. Now, we are on Stitcher, we are on iTunes, and multiple different channels. Please check us out. Now, one of the things that you'll get out of our podcast episodes is a lot of content, a lot of strategy. It's not fluff, it's not concept, yet we really want you to engage with the content and let us know your feedback. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If there's topics you'd love to have us address, we would love to share them with you. Let us know your impact and let us know your feedback. So, do our school systems have it wrong? I don't know. I look at my son, who is really a very strong math student. He was in trigonometry and calculus and all these high-end math things that I just quite frankly never understood, still don't understand. And it's interesting because when I think about that, I think application of what we learn is so important. And when someone says, well, he'll never use calculus, he'll never use algebra in the real world. Yeah, but it's really also teaching something, fundamental called critical thinking, problem solving. So I do think school systems do incredible things and certainly have challenges beyond my comprehension. Now, with that being said, one thing I would love to propose to our school systems is the ability to go ask for feedback and say thank you, to learn the value of feedback, to teach our youth. The goal of feedback is never to give it to someone. Its core objective is to give it to somebody so someone receives it well and uses it, whether there's agreement or disagreement. When somebody provides you feedback, they're providing you at a minimum a perception. So if I go up to somebody and say, John, you're kind of coming off like a jerk, most people are going to dismiss that and push back and fight it. Yet, hopefully someone like John, this fictitious hypothetical person, says to themselves, wow, I wonder if I'm giving off that perception. See, the other thing that we don't teach is the battle of perception versus intent. So let me fast forward to the workplace. How often do we have that person in our meeting who, where he or she talks over other people? And then later they say to somebody who says, geez, people couldn't get a word in edgewise. Well, I was just passionate. And they give themselves permission to talk over other people. What are they doing? They're lacking self-awareness. They're dismissing the feedback. They're creating their own story and narrative. Wouldn't it be great if kids in junior high school, college, learned how to get feedback? To look at a student and say, in life, you're going to hear things you do not want to hear. Just be quiet and smile. Think about it, reflect, then come back to the person and say, I was thinking about your feedback. I'm still a little bit confused. I still want to know how I can take that feedback and put it into use. Would you help me? Versus in the moment, just nodding or rolling their eyes, just hoping to get through the conversation because, this feedback is such BS. I don't even want to take the feedback. And I tell leaders all the time, you know how your employees are nodding when you give them feedback? You think they're agreeing? They're nodding off. They can't wait for you to shut up. Why? Because they don't agree with your feedback. When they don't agree, they start to shut down. They come up with a story. They come up with a narrative that changes everything. And it really distorts their own reality. Get your people practicing feedback. Get them to understand the battle between perception and intent. In the workplace, the team will dramatically improve. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagan and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn and, more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.